Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you're new here, I'm Cyndi, and I am so appreciative of you bringing your great energy and your vibes to this community. So today, you guys, a lot of big energies going on this week. We've got the Lionsgate portal closing. We've got the Sun conjunct in Venus as of the 13th. We've got Venus retrograde is continuing, and now, lo and behold, here comes the new moon in Leo on the 16th. Again, this month is really big energies. So today, like I said in my last readings, I want to start implementing a little bit of the astrology and the meanings behind these astral bodies and these planetary movements, that their energies influence our lives and give us the opportunity to utilize these energies. How convenient for the Creator to make all these cycles and bring all these energies in closer to us. That's kind of a pretty amazing concept when you think about that. But they've been hidden from us and we didn't know how to utilize them. So now that we're awakening, now that we know we're a spiritual, energetic being having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience, big difference between the two. Now we realize we're energy, and it's a whole new ball game on learning how to function in this 3D reality that we're in right now. So a little brief history on the new moon. It is in Leo. It's 23 degrees, and it's going to take place on the 16th at approximately 5:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The new moon, I dug into what the new moon was about. You know, we have the cliche stories and myths about new moons, but for myself, I really wanted to understand what a new moon meant. So the new moon marks the beginning of a lunar cycle. It takes approximately 29 and a half days for the moon to orbit our Earth. A new moon occurs when the moon is positioned between the Earth and the sun. So the sun and the Earth are on opposite sides of the moon. It's not a perfect alignment, or that would be a solar eclipse. That's when the moon gets in front of the sun, essentially blocks the sun. But during the new moon, the side of the moon that is facing Earth is the shadow side or the dark side. So that's why if you go outside, you'll have a pitch black night. You won't be able to see the light of the moon because it blends in with the darkness. It's the dark side of the moon, which is really interesting because, just a side note, a friend and I went up to this mountain range for the Perseids meteor shower this past weekend, and we sat in like a national park, and they played the dark side of the moon while we watched the Perseids meteor shower. It was very cool. Just Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. The moon is never continually dark or continually light. It has both day and night, but in half moon cycles. Basically, it gets 15 days of light on one side, approximately 15 days of darkness, whereas the Earth spins faster and gives us partial time of day and light every 24 hours. So what's the difference between a new moon and a full moon? That kind of intrigued me. These are opposites. When there is a new moon, we see the side of the moon that is dark, or the shadow side. So this is where there's no illumination from the sun. But when there's a full moon, we see the side of the moon that is bright or illuminated. So for the month of August, we had a full moon on August 1st. We're having another one on August 30th, 31st, which, by the way, is my birthday. Shout out to all the Virgos this month. We're getting a Virgo season. And then on the 16th, we have a new moon. So 2 full moons and a new moon in the month of August for 2023. These are big energies, you guys. This is a side note too, is that the moon, according to the Farmer's Almanac, shares its origins from the Latin word metri, which means to measure, and mensis, which means month. This is where kind of a female gender's menses cycle comes from. But the lunar cycle has an impact on human reproduction, in particular fertility, menstruation, and birth rate, which is very interesting. Like, those energies are directly connected with us biologically. Melatonin levels appear to correlate with a woman's menstrual cycle. We know that lunar cycles affect human biology by also influencing our sleep cycles, that melatonin that our body naturally produces. We know it affects human minds emotionally and psychologically. I was a charge nurse on an Alzheimer's memory care unit. I had 28 clients, and I can tell you right now, when we had full and new moons, things were batshit crazy. And when you're in healthcare, don't even talk about it. But it's kind of like a myth and kind of funny. It's a full moon. Wow, things are going to be nuts tonight. But the reality is the energies are so increased that the mind of an Alzheimer's patient would be very sensitive to those changes in energy. So that's why those evenings got a little hairy-carry, all right? That's all I'm going to say. So we know now and understand that not only does the energy of the moon pull the oceans and cause the tides, but we know it affects us on an emotional level. We know that it affects us on a physical level, and we also know that it affects us on a spiritual level. So the new moon represents the beginning of a new chapter. Opportunities and situations may pop up during a new moon and be incredibly meaningful and reveal opportunities just ripe for you to pick. It connects us with our intuition and our emotions. And in tarot, the moon card is number 18, and that symbolizes things hidden below the surface, secrets, or things we cannot see. So the moon's energy, we become more in touch with our intuition. We can see things clearly, intuitively, rather than relying on what we see in the 3D with our physical eyes, opposed to using our intuition, which is our third eye. So this new moon, which is in Leo, is the opportunity to spiritually connect us, to bring us joy, happiness, self-love. It can reconnect us to our life's true purpose according to our natal birth chart and that blueprint we designed for this experience we are having here on Earth. This is a time for manifestation. It's a time for setting intentions, and it's time for writing a new chapter or just throwing it out and writing a whole new book. It is up to us. See you over there. All right, all you Leos out there, let's see what we've got for you today. And I am just pulling 4 cards. I'm doing a general energy, that which is just ending, that which is just beginning, and then what the universe wants us to learn or see out of this tale told by the tarot. All right, guys, let's dig in here. I have got first card up, 7 of Swords. Now, I got this in my Capricorn reading yesterday that I posted. If you haven't seen that one yet, check it out. It's about a thief in the night. And my interpretation in that reading was that this was someone coming to steal your joy, right? So as I'm doing this reading, I kind of went down that road, and my next card out to clarify this card is what changed my opinion on what this card is. So I'm going to talk about these two together. The next card pulled is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is a stand-up dude. The Emperor rules the kingdom. He's honorable. He has integrity. He's compassionate. He's all the different kings combined. Like, the Emperor is the Shahizel, if you know what I mean. So combining the 7 of Swords, which is normally a lying, stealing, cheating kind of energy, with an Emperor was kind of contradictory to me. What the universe showed me is that this 7 of Swords in particular, you see a divine masculine wearing a mask. He is, a thief in the night. He's stealing swords. He's running around the rooftops like he's some freaking modern day Santa Claus, Dun, 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 dun. But he is being sneaky. And with the Emperor, this showed me that this is about stealth, all right? We're going down the rabbit hole here, so hang on. As I've been working on my readings this morning, this one was kind of like, I was having some fun with it, I gotta be honest. There are instances when we are forced to be sneaky. So not necessarily always in a negative way. So you go, well, isn't being sneaky lying, lying by omission. All right, that's not what I'm talking about. But just like a magician who benevolently deceives his audience to put on like a show for entertainment, right? I mean, somebody who's acting is completely different in their regular form, a performer. It's 2 different people. For a magician, he puts on a show and he does it kind of deceptively, or let's say stealthy, but it's because he is entertaining, right? He's not doing it from a place of darkness or low energy. He's doing it because he's sharing his light and his love and his ability to perform something that's good. Sometimes a person's reasoning for being stealthy is for a greater and higher purpose. So I had to kind of like step back and look at this card from a different aspect, which is really very interesting. So this Emperor, looking at this in context, totally clarified this. This is showing divine masculine times 2. This is their actions are honorable. Whatever he's up to, his stealth approach has purpose that he believes falls in line with an emperor's integrity, okay? So nothing shady going on here. So our next card we took a look at is what is ending. What's in the past that brought the emperor to this point? What led him up to this choice to act out his plan under the cover of darkness? What choices, what was going on? And I've got the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is about, equal give and take. Pentacles are about your wealth and abundance. What this shows me, what's ending, is that maybe in the past they had not had a good relationship with their income. And you say, okay, so why are you going to money about this? I don't know. Intuitively, just led me down that road, and that's something I've been struggling with. Like, money is energy, and I'm seeing that is an area that I need to kind of do some healing on. I've had some requests for some career and money videos, so I'm kind of easing into that, so hang tight. But this is giving when we are equally receiving, is living a balanced life. That's what the 6 of Pentacles is. It's about justice, it's about balance. But if one gives more than the other, then either one person can feel inadequate and like, oh, I'm a charity case, or the other feels like they're giving so much and they're not getting anything back in return. So this is kind of, there's divine feminine woman on this card, and she's well off and she has abundance to give. Could also be saying that overall, that part of our spiritual growth, is reevaluating your thoughts and beliefs about our relationship with money. Just like I just said, this is something I'm totally on in my personal life right now. So giving to others is honorable, and the universe, this is another way to look at this card. The universe loves to throw energy at a manifestation that is being desired. All right, so if I have an intent, like on my vision board it says to be a greater positive influence, so if my intent, my desire that I'm trying to manifest is not only going to help me, but it's going to help a multitude of other people, right, or other situations, it's got to have a loving effect for more than just myself. The universe jumps all over that shit. It loves going, yes, let me put in some energy here, and starts jockeying and positioning things to align for that manifestation to come into fruition. Which, think about that is totally super cool. It's about loving more than yourself. Is this manifestation, oh, please let me win the lottery, when you're selfishly going to go out and spend all the money and do nothing for society as a whole? It's going to be all about you? Well, keep playing the lottery. You're never going to win it, because that intention is set out there. Not only is it not for the greater good, but it's opposite. It's probably going to hurt you. And we see that a lot of times when people win the lottery. Their lives go to shit. The universe is on it when it's benefiting other people. And I think that in this case, what I'm kind of seeing here is that what's ending is this person is kind of reevaluating and healing that part of them, their relationship with wealth and abundance and the material aspect of their life. Now, an emperor's got that shit in check. So maybe in this case, this was something that this emperor had gone through in the past in order to elevate and get himself into that emperor level. Another way to look at this too is that, are we too prideful to let others bless us? Are we basing our personal value and self-worth on how much material abundance we have? These are a couple things to ask ourselves to evaluate our relationship with money. If we want to bring abundance into our life, all aspects have to be balanced. Are we in a state of abundance, and can we give without the expectation of a return? That's another thing to consider. A lot of people give and give and give and give, and they're very generous. But then upon their discretion, when they want to call in a favor or when they want to use it to get you to do something, they immediately resort to that as a manipulation tactic. You see that in narcissists a lot. Are you giving for the right reasons? Does it align? All right. So very interesting. This reading was like, woo, all right. What I see, what's ending for this emperor is that he became an emperor when he healed his energetic relationship with material abundance. When he got his mind off of wealth and status brings value. Wealth and status brings value. Like he couldn't. You have to find that value within yourself. That would be healing an energetic blockage. Like if a person was stuck in that mentality and wasn't able to manifest in their life and they felt like they were spinning their wheels, this would be something that when you heal it, it's going to clear out that energetic blockage, which is very, very interesting. So I'm digging in a little more, kind of what's beginning, why is this emperor being so stealthy? Like, inquiring minds want to know. So I've pulled the 9 of Cups for this answer. All right, so here we see a dude sitting back. He's dressed to the hill. He looks very proud. He's sipping on a nightcap, puffing on a cigar, and he is very proud of the 9 cups he has collected. He sits very proud of his achievement. So what's just beginning is this DM has had a wish granted when it comes to his finances, it seems to me. His healing of his relationship with wealth and status has then benefited for him, and he has actually seen his manifestation come in, putting him in a much more stable position in his finances. He feels like he has everything he needs right now, right? But the last cup, he doesn't have his 10 of Cups. So keep that in mind. We'll talk about that cup later. This is clarified by the 3 of Cups. So this shows me that this emperor, he's been working together with others, collaborating. There's been some, celebrating and living life and enjoying life. Maybe a little bit some of the finer things of life, like a nightcap before you go to bed, if that's your thing, or your hooter, if that's your thing. And what that means to them, though, on a personal level, like a reevaluation of, what do I really want? Who am I? What resonates with me? What kind of life do I really have? A lot of us live our lives of other people's intentions or obligations, and it's not even us, and then all of a sudden we have this epiphany that we're miserable and we've got to change things. Let's go back and look. He's been stealthy. This is what I see in this reading, because he has been making moves to place himself in a position of stability. This is someone that is intentional, purposeful, strategic. This this dude reminds me of Gerard Butler in Law-Abiding Citizen. Like, he was the mastermind, 10 steps ahead of everything, or at least that's what he thought. If you know the ending of that movie, it doesn't go so well for him. But in this case, this guy became an emperor because he was very, very intentional. He wanted to manifest something. And when he got caught up on a blockage, it was revealed to him, and he healed that part of him, his relationship with wealth and status. And that just slid him right into like the emperor mode. That just cleared things right out for him. So I asked, what is this last cup he wishes to fulfill, right? So I'm nosy. I like to dig into these tales and see exactly, what's in the energy. Energy's fluid, so it always changes. So we just go through the flow and listen to this and see if there's any spiritual teaching that we can get out of it. That's all this is about. But I asked, and it came up as the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is someone that's been spying, sneaking, watching. I'm asking, what is his last cup to fulfill? And it just basically tells me something that he's been sneaky, stealthy about. So the universe wouldn't tell me. Like, the universe is really funny like that. It almost has a sarcastic kind of twisted, dark sense of humor in a way, because I ask, what's that extra cup? And it's like, whatever he's been being sneaky about, like, it won't tell me. So I've got to move forward. I find that very amusing, as you can see. But then, universe, why the stealth? Who or what is he trying to hide his progress and abundance from? I'm digging in again, going at it from a different angle. And he has got the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, right? So he has had too many things to juggle. So what this Gerard Butler Emperor character has done, he compartmentalizes different aspects of his life and pretty much doesn't let them intertwine, not in an unhealthy way, but in an intentional, purposeful way. And maybe them not crossing and knowing what the other was doing or revealing what he was up to because he didn't want to cause any upheaval. An emperor is a very balanced dude. So if he's planning on making moves, he is going to be very strategic about it, and he's going to take all aspects of his life into consideration, and he's going to make sure that they do not get imbalanced. So there's no crisscrossing, When you're intentionally trying to manifest something, you do have to keep your focus on it, your intention, reassuring the universe, yes, this is what I want. And before the universe actually brings you your manifestation, there's a moment where it almost asks you, you sure you want this? I've had that happen quite a few times. I find this really extremely interesting. So I asked, why is he trying to hide his progression and his abundance from others? And he is being very strategic about it. He is stealthy, calculated, he's purposeful, and it's all to keep balance and peace between the different aspects of his life. And to me, that sounds like a very healed Libra. That just came to me like that. A Libra's life purpose a lot of times is to come down and find balance in different aspects of their life, either materially or with communication or with overgiving, undergiving. So there's different missions that we come down here for. So when I see that right there with no negative cards in regards to this character, that shows me that's a healed Libra. That is just like that Justice card in Libra. That character's got some balance going on now. Holy shit. All right, so the last cup is tied directly to why he's been working undercover. The universe isn't telling me exactly, but it is telling me that he has been very, very intentional. This is a very intentional manifestation. Someone that is zeroed in on something. And then I've got, you guys, the Six of Wands in the reverse. So why all the stealth? He doesn't want to receive public recognition. And I don't think it's just if he fails. I think that's part of it, because an emperor would not want public humiliation. But I think it's also, even if it succeeds, this emperor feels very humble because he's looking out for so many other aspects of his life, so many other obligations he has. He may not want other people to give him shit about what he's gonna do either. He doesn't want to hear it. He's the emperor. He's gonna do what he wants to do. And how I see this as he's kind of incognito, because if his attempt to attain back to that cup, that 10th cup, right? I've been digging, what's that 10th cup? It's why he's being sneaky. So if his attempt to obtain this 10th cup fails, he wants it private. This emperor does not want his shit laid bare. He does, very interesting. This is an emperor who is very proud, and he must be in the public eye. Obviously an emperor is, but this character, this Gerard Butler character, is definitely in the public eye, and he has a reputation to uphold. He's conscious of that within his life and within his community. This dude's a badass. I'm telling you right now. This is someone you want to take home and keep. That 10th cup. Look at the Six of Wands card. All right. Now the Six of Wands usually shows a card that's all, a triumph soldier by himself, solo, going through the crowd, receiving all the praise. But this Six of Wands card, I love it in this Dark Mansion deck because it shows literally a union. It shows, there's no denying that this is a marriage on this card. This is a celebration. And I think this 10th cup is that this emperor is being calculated because he's going after some type of union. Now, this could be union in a business sense. This could be union in a relationship. Whichever way you want to look at it, theme is still the same. There has not been success in this emperor's area. 9 cups. The 10th cup is the last one. Then you've got your 10 cups. That's where you feel like you've reached a pinnacle of abundance, where you're balanced in all areas of your life, okay? And I feel that this emperor has had a lot of success in his life, but in this area of relationship, something long-term, something stable, to be this strategic about it, this is something he really, really, really wants. And it's something he hasn't had before. And whew, okay, you guys, listen, this was pretty awesome, like, tale. If you want me to go further into this and dig into kind of the other side of this, if this is a marriage and you want to see what's going to happen, let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to get a part 2 done this weekend and throw it up there. I mean, it kind of has me in that stumped mode of like, holy shit, this person is very intent on manifesting. And we've got the 8/8 portal open right now. We've got the Venus retrograde going on right now. We have our new moon in Leo. We've got another full moon coming, a blue moon on August 31st. We're coming into Virgo season, all of us birthday Virgo girls, boys, characters, people out there. A lot of big energies going on right now, and this reading is just a reflection of, you know, a character that is seriously making moves. Please smash that like button. Putting your energy towards this community helps it grow, so these interesting little tales and these like spiritual principles and teachings that we can grab out of this, you know, can reach other people. That's the whole idea here, you guys. So love and appreciate your time. Love the fact that you come and hang out with me. It's totally awesome. It's like our virtual little bonfire, and I will see you at your next reading. Peace.